This is the one that I'm gonna make today. So this is the tea tree lavender. So we're gonna put 3 milliliters of lavender in this deodorant. Like I said, it sounds like a lot, but lavender tends to, it's not a really strong scent, so we're gonna, it'll correspond to about 54 drops. So we're just gonna have to sit here and 2, 3, count along.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
4. Okay, yeah. And in these kits, like I already pre-blended it, but I wanted to give you the full demonstration here. So we're gonna mix that up a little bit, and then we're gonna add 1 milliliter each of these other oils. So that'll be 18 drops. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Luckily, those come out of the bottle a little faster. This is the shea butter mixture. This is like the liquid base. And here's our bergamot mint. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 17, 18. And our, so you're getting a waft.
Why do you need 50?
Because that,
Only with 40
because that one, some are stronger than the other.
exactly. And we want it to smell, like most people like the scent of lavender, and so that's why I used a lot of that. All right, so this is gonna make it even creamier and easy to mix up. I was gonna say, that's right.
Good,
And
doesn't it?
yeah, do you like the smell? Hopefully, that's something you want to smell like. Okay, so we've got our liquid base all mixed up, and so we've got. Now we're gonna start with our baking soda. I said that was our most important deodorizing agent. Throw it on the scale just to double check our measurements. So we're gonna add about. We're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of baking soda. It corresponds to about 50 grams, and so this is actually a 1/3 of a cup, but so we're just gonna fill that part way.
It's hard to get 1/4 cups.
Yeah, right.
There are few and
I didn't realize, I was like, I brought the whole set, but
there's not a 1/4 cup in
okay. So that's the right measurement, So we got that, and now we're gonna add all of our other powders, which, like I said, they're not essential, but they make the cream hold its fragrance longer. They make it just fluffier and easier to spread, and some of them actually add additional deodorizing abilities. So we're gonna start. We'll add our arrowroot powder. It's a tongue twister for you. You can also use cornstarch. So this is another thing. It adds some more deodorizing ability and just adds a nice feel to it. We're gonna add a teaspoonful of that. Makes it a little thicker once, because we're gonna be adding liquid. Okay, here we go. So I have 2 different kinds of tapioca starch. This is just tapioca starch that you can buy at the grocery store. Again, it does the same thing as arrowroot or cornstarch, so any of these powders are pretty much interchangeable. And we're gonna add a spoonful of that. So don't go too far out of your way to go find tapioca starch if you've got plenty of cornstarch on hand. And this is our other tapioca starch, and this is probably the only thing you're gonna have trouble finding anywhere. You would have to order this from an online store or supply house. But the reason why I like this ingredient, it's incredibly light and fluffy, and it just helps the essential oils maintain their scent. So we're gonna add a teaspoonful of that too. I blended all the powders together already, and so it's just, that is definitely included in there. And then we're also gonna add a teaspoonful of white clay. This is kaolin clay. Again, this one you can get at health food stores, but I get my stuff online. And I stick with white clays because I don't know if anybody wants a dark green or red deodorant, so. Would you like that? Yeah. All right, I'll keep that in mind. That there's one young man out there who So then we're gonna blend all our powders together. See, this is almost sort of like making a cake, because we're gonna.
Yeah, but if you put that on, Mom, like it's top here. Yeah.
All right, so we've got this all blended up, and now we just need to add our powders to our shea butter mixture. So we're just gonna do a little bit at a time. If we add it all at once, it gets kind of tough to mix. And so as you can see, that shea and oil mixture is just soaking up our powders, making a nice creamy base. So we're gonna blend that in as well as we can. Add some more. And I will be posting, if you decide not to pick up a kit, I'm gonna be posting the instructions and how to do this, and hopefully, well, Handmade Detroit's gonna post the video I did yesterday on their blog. So I'm gonna be posting it on my blog, which is aromaholic.wordpress.com. So now you see it's getting a little thicker, it's getting a little tougher to spread. So we really wanna mix that in there. And one more thing I should mention, if you do choose to get your own essential oils and make this, I wrote a couple suggestions in the kits, but you really want to stay away from anything that could be a skin irritant, like citrus oils or spice oils. One of the first times I made this, I did it with lemongrass, and I put like quite a few drops of lemongrass in, and the next day I woke up with the worst rash underneath my armpit. So just be careful and do your research if you're gonna choose to buy your own. But for my kits, I chose non-sensitizing, non-irritating oils, because it's a very uncomfortable place to have a rash. Okay, all right, almost done. Just one more step. So we've got this. So here's our mixture, and honestly, you could just use it like this, but I want to make it even just a little bit creamier and easier to spread. So I'm going to add some liquid. We've got witch hazel extract, which is a great astringent. Most people just use it as a toner on their faces. So we're going to add a teaspoonful of that. If you wanted extra astringent power, you could use you could get vodka. So vodka actually is also a deodorant, in that it shrinks the pores and keeps you from sweating. So, like I said, astringent, antiperspirant. All right, so we're gonna add that, and we're gonna mix that all up. So see, that really makes it like a lot easier. Okay, and now all we need to do is, so that everybody can, I'll pass it around. So this is our deodorant, and what you're gonna do, this is kind of an unusual way to apply. You're just gonna take like a dab, depending on how strong you want it to be, but I've got that much, and you just massage it into your armpit, which, okay, it's a little weird, I know.
All right, you're fine.
It's really funny watching you. I know. I should make everybody else touch their armpits while this is a Kodak moment, right? Okay, so, and that's it. So that concludes our presentation today. Thank you guys for coming.